Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, however and whenever you may be listening. Thanks for stopping into another fantabulous episode of the Take It Easy podcast. Happy Friday, everyone. It's been a great day in the wide world of sports. We got football coming up this weekend, so as we do every week, preview every single bleeping game. That's going to be our main story, but we must begin with a quick recap of the day. Let me explain my life to you real quick. So last night down here at Davis, we had a phenomenal stand-up comedy show, part of the club that I'm in. We had a phenomenal night. Went at about 7:30. You know, get there a little early, support the club, do some work. I'm the camera guy, so I'm doing that during the show. And it goes from like 8 to 10. Fantastic time. I'm just loving life at that point. And I never picked up my phone again other than to just check the time and respond to a message. And I put my phone down to go to bed, and then I get up about a half hour ago. Wake up a half hour ago, check my phone, and I pull up ESPN, and I'm scrolling through this shitstorm that went on Thursday Night Football. After I stopped watching, I was like, what the bleep did I miss? What did I miss last night? Oh my, Myles Garrett committed, I don't want to say, I think this is the funny part of it. We're talking about Myles Garrett basically committed assault with a deadly weapon last night on a football field. Yet I will propose the question, if that's assault with a deadly weapon, what do you call football? So that happens, which is scary. It was scary for me. Obviously, you get the reaction from people on the internet, and it was universally basically bad, except for meme pages, which, again, I don't have content because I'm just finding out this bleep that's going on. And as I'm scrolling through and trying to find all the details and find a video of it, I'm thinking, what could he have possibly done that would have been worse? Because one, he just grabs him by the face mask. And that's sketchy in and of itself because of what the jarring motion does for your neck and head. And then two, Mason Rudolph has already had a concussion and borderline neck injury this year. Remember, they had to cut the face mask off and walk him off the field? So that's really scary for more reasons, because Mason is already coming back from the concussion and what looked like at the time could have been a scary looking neck injury. And to hit him over the head, one, to rip the helmet off that way is already scary enough, but then to hit him over the head, I found a video on someone's page, or that's been circling the internet, of a dude breaking his chair with a helmet, and it's like, yeah, those things are not soft. It's a deadly weapon. It would be like someone taking a baseball bat and just trying to swing it at someone in the middle of a fight. Maybe not as egregious as a baseball bat, but the same concept of you can do real damage to someone that way. I'm learning as I'm talking here basically all the details of this, and it would not be Myles Garrett that I expected to happen, but I feel for him in terms of the anger issues and the rage that gets pent up in football when people are saying nasty bleeps to you, or you're getting frustrated and someone's just abusing that in a way. But that's what happens in sports, and I would think that with time Myles Garrett has learned to just take it in stride, because I feel like that has to, especially for him being a former #1 pick and constantly being the target every single time you played him when a team's focusing on the defense all the way probably through 8th grade. I mean, think that not necessarily he would have thicker skin, but that he would be used to the idea of people targeting him throughout the game. It's obviously not okay, but it's in the prism of sports, you make it okay. So I understand the pent-up rage at that point, and the fact that Mason Rudolph was kind of getting up in his grill a bit after the takedown sack to the ground. Garrett definitely won the fight. The Browns definitely won the game, even though it was a boring game. And Baker connected a big TD to Odell. And yeah, I mean, I'm learning as I go here because I did not watch the end and I feel very uninformed. I'm like, God, the first time I don't pay attention, this bleep happens. Of course that's what's going to happen. Oh, what a crazy evening that I did not take a part of. I was just blissfully unaware of all this crap that's happening, and that includes a group chat blowing up because Mason Rudolph literally just got assaulted on the football field, and then Pouncey just started going to town on Garrett. That's going to get him a Leonard Fournette kind of suspension. Wow. Crazy night in Thursday Night Football. You always find something new every week, I guess. That's the most consolation I can give for that kind of behavior and what happened last night. I would say he needs to probably be sat down for a long time, if not the rest of the season, because it's assault. And the last time there was assault in the NBA, Ron Artest got an entire season suspension, and basically everyone involved in the Malace at the Palace took some kind of heat for it. So I don't want to put it on this level because, again, it might be just as bad because they're using weapons, but that would be a gross overreaction on my part. Like, they were literally punching the customers at the Malace at the Palace, which is a funny thought to think of. If you want to think of it outside of prison sports, just imagine what would happen to you at your job if just out of nowhere you just started punching the customers. Yeah, but this, I don't want to overreact and say it's worse, but this is one of the nastier moments in football, which is funny because it's football. Let's transition to baseball for a quick moment, and it's not about actual sign stealing. Although if you want to know my thoughts on that, like, let's not just grossly overreact to that at all. Let's just not call for the World Series to be overturned like a bunch of crazy sleeping people. I'm actually going to talk about the MVP, which was announced yesterday. Actually, all the awards were announced, so there's a couple things. One, Jacob deGrom took home a second straight Cy Young, and it makes me laugh because I said that Jesse Hahn would win Rookie of the Year over Jacob deGrom, uttering the phrase, "Who the bleep is Jacob deGrom?" Over a guy who is, I think, no longer in baseball. So that's my one moment of just total fandom, bliss, stupidity, whatever you want to call it. I did that when I was 14. Verlander took home his second Cy Young, clearly proving that this is a regular season award. They also don't give awards for sitting out Game 7 of the World Series. That would just be a cheap-ass take if I actually used it, but it's funny. Garrett Cole was the best pitcher, had arguably the best season in baseball, and still didn't get the Cy Young. Yet Jacob deGrom, it felt like, oh, damn, Jacob deGrom won Cy Young? Huh. In the National League, Bellinger took home the MVP, which is pretty much a given after Yelich's slow month that then ended in a broken kneecap. It felt like, even though Bellinger struggled a bit down the stretch, he still was going to win the MVP. But the American League was what I wanted